Alright, so now we need to discuss day 10 and day 11 of my plan to become the heaviest marathon runner. Of course, I want to run a sub 2.5 hour marathon while weighing over 220 pounds. My weight, if anything, maybe a little bit higher. I've been eating about 5,500 calories per day for the past couple of days, so that's good. I'm going to try to maintain that by slamming more calories early on in the day. My running for Wednesday the 10th was June 10th was not great, I guess. I was supposed to do 6.5 miles an hour for at least 30 minutes for casual jogging, but you know, I wasn't really feeling it, so I just took it a little bit easier than usual. It's good to have some easier days now and again, so it's not really that big of a deal. And then I did continue running after that. I'll just alternate between that and just going at an easier pace, even though it's already very slow. I'm just trying to adapt. Later on in the day, I did decide to go for a run outside. It was about 3 miles, and I would say that went better than expected. I initially went out thinking I would do maybe 2 miles, but it was feeling easy, so I did a full 3 miles. Wasn't very fast. It was about 30 minutes, but I was just going at a nice easy pace. Instead of trying to run at a challenging pace, I was just trying to keep my heart rate within a decent zone. So if it was 165 beats per minute, I was just keeping it as it was. If my heart rate started to slip up to, say, 175 to 185 or something like that, I would try to ease off and intentionally slow down. And that seemed to be a good system that made it so I wouldn't get tired. I had issues in the past where I would get too hot, my body would crash outside, and I think it's because I was running based on feel, not by heart rate. So running by heart rate, I think I can keep it steady. And actually my third mile was faster than my first or second mile, so I think that's a good system I should follow moving forward. It was slow, but again, it was my first run outside, so I wasn't used to the terrain. It was very hilly. It was very hot. The average temperature was 86 degrees Fahrenheit, and the high was 88 during the run, so it wasn't a pleasant run. I was sweating a lot, but I maintained a steady pace. So that's just the starting point. I do have a 5K coming up too, so it's another reason why I need to run outside a lot. Today, I'm trying to think. What did I train? Oh, I did also bench. That was disappointing as well. I put 355 pounds on the bar, but I only got one clean rep. I tried a second, but I wasn't even close to doing it. So definitely much worse than I was expecting. Maybe I'm weaker than I thought. Maybe it was a bad day, but maybe I'm weaker. So I'm probably going to be there for a little while trying to get the reps up on that. So didn't feel too bad heavy-wise. I just couldn't do a lot of reps with it, which was surprising, but we'll see how it goes. And then today, Thursday the 11th, was legs and shoulders day. And I will say that when I was doing legs, my legs felt a lot better than in the past. Not as much pain in my shins. So when I was doing hack squats, and my regular squats also felt really good. So the weight was moving a lot easier, my legs are stronger, and my legs are handling the weight better with less pain in my shins close to my knee, as I've been having in the past. I will say that it's not fully healed, but pretty close. The injury on my shoulder, before today, I've just been using the machine shoulder press. I did actually sit in the Smith machine for shoulder presses today, and I only kept the weight low, only one plane on each side, just to get a feel for it. So I'm not trying very hard doing that, but I'm just trying to get a good feel for it. Shoulders felt fine, but I still felt a little bit of a pinch. So I'm going to work my way up from there without stressing it out too much. And for reference, before I hurt the shoulder, I would do maybe 2 plates on each side and then another 2 tens on each side. So I wasn't going heavy by any means, but the fact that I can do that means that there's improvement over the past couple weeks. And then I did some outdoor raises. For running on that, I did do 8.5 miles an hour for I had the 2.5 minute intervals, right? Of course, since it's a Thursday, I alternate between 8.5 miles an hour and 6 miles an hour for recovery. So the 8.5 mile per hour time was 2.5 minutes, and then you go down to 6 miles an hour for 3 minutes. And I didn't go for too long. Maybe half an hour. I kept it kind of short because I was gonna run later on the day, and because the AC was broken in the gym, so I was sweating a lot. So even though I didn't go for too long, you know, it was very, very hot. I was sweating a ton. And at the end of the day, I was planning on running outside again. Later on, as the day progressed, I decided against running outside today. Not out of lack of interest or effort. I definitely would have gone. It's only because I do have a bit of a burning sensation in my shins. So I do feel like it might be beneficial to rest it just for a day. It doesn't feel injured in any, it's not injured in any way, but it's kind of like if you have shin splints. You don't really want to push shin splints too far because then you have stress fractures. So it's just kind of a burning sensation. It feels easy to walk. Like there have been times where my knee hurts when I walk upstairs or something. It's nothing like that. It's just kind of like a little burn. So I am going to take it easy today, partially because of the burn in my shins, and to be safe and smart about it. I'm just going to eat 5,500 calories, let my body adapt and figure it out. But also tomorrow I do have plans to go to a state park and do a long run with a friend. So no, I only want to do half an hour, but it might end up being like an hour. So there might be a lot of outdoor running tomorrow. And I do plan on doing the shorter jog, or not shorter, but slower jog in the morning as well. So I'll probably lift weights, run in the morning, and then later on go to a state park to run around for a while, maybe like another hour. So depending on how we feel. So that's just another reason why I'm okay not killing myself today. You know, it's once you have the durability to lift an hour and a half a day and do 2 hours of cardio, where the cardio is mostly running, you're gonna have very fast progress when you eat 5,500 calories a day. But if you end up injuring yourself, everything goes backwards. So that's why, you know, I'm okay missing a workout where you run if something feels just slightly off. You can't do it every day. You can't make excuses that you're tired, you don't feel like going for the day. That's never okay. But if you're just trying to let your body rest a little bit because, say, a tendon or something wants you to back off, then I do believe that the healthy and smart choice is to just take it easy. So that's why I am doing that today. I'm not going to destroy myself today. And I'm instead going to let my legs rest a bit. And I think that's all I have to say for, yeah, there aren't really any other changes. I mean, when I was running, it did say I spent too much time on the ground, being 220 pounds. I guess that's kind of believable, so I might do something to try to reduce the amount of time I spend on the ground, but with each step, I think it was like 289 milliseconds, is that how it works? For ground contact, so it's high. Maybe I can find some exercises to decrease that and get off the ground a little bit faster. But again, it was 88 degrees outside. I was sweating profusely. There were a lot of rolling hills, and more importantly, I'm 220 pounds. So I don't think it's really that concerning, but it is. That's the number one thing that I think I need to work on in terms of running. And even though it was slow outside, I need to adapt to the temperature. I need to adapt to the hills. I need to adapt to the inclines. You know, hills are uphill and downhill. I need to adapt to rough terrain. I need to adapt to pavement instead of treadmill. So there's a lot to adapt to, but at least I'm out there, and I think things are moving in a positive direction. So I don't know if I'll be fast enough this year for my goals, but there's always next year. So that's all I'm going to say for this video.